behind call-up for Paul Carey?
Bergie has a lower body that we're going to be careful with. He finished the game last night. We don't want it to linger, so Paul goes in for him. We'll move some lines around. Might as well go through those, right? Krejci will center Marsh and Pasta. Corrales' line will stay the same. Coyle gets Bjork on the left, Heinen on the right. Frederick left, Lindholm middle, Carey right. So that one's a little bit of a thrown together line. So you may see some different combinations, but that's how they're going to start.
I know you say you don't want it to linger. Is this something that this is the recurring issue that he's had that you're just keeping
No, it's just I'm not going to say it's new, old, or somewhere in between. He finished the game last night in a little bit of discomfort. If it wasn't a back-to-back, we'd hope he'd play the next game. Because it's back-to-back, we want to be careful. We don't want it to end up missing 4 or 5 games or something worse. So he gets the day off. I think they call it in Canada the Raptors load management. So so maybe we'll label it as that for now and see how he is for our next game in Jersey.
I know you're always worried about yourself, your team, but you're going from one team that played one style to a different team that plays a different style. How much do you talk about that heading?
Well, I think Toronto and Washington have some similarities, Billy, with the way they play in the O-zone. They stretch you out. They try to hit seam passes. Obviously, Washington's is a more physical team on the forecheck. When they get it behind you, they're going to finish checks more than Toronto would. So in that regard, you have some similarities. I think, listen, our D plays against different groups all the time. They've just got to recognize when they've got time and space to get moving and when they've got to rim the puck and protect themselves and catch them in between. But it's a good team. We know that. We're aware of that. They've been very good against us. But, last year we started to turn the corner a little bit. We'll see if we're able to do it again tonight.
Did anybody skate today?
Yes. Richie skated. Moore skated. Miller did not. Krug skated. DeBrusk skated. We got a lot of guys hurt, so Kuhlman did not skate.
Write it down, hand it to us.
Senyshyn didn't skate. Did I miss anybody, Brando?
This morning?
Of our injured guys. Backus did not skate.
Coach, chance that Richie could play Tuesday, you think, or is he?
Yes,
he's the closest?
he's getting close. He should get a full practice on. We're off scheduled day off tomorrow, so Monday he should be back with the team. Barring any further setbacks from today, which he shouldn't have. Gets through the contact practice, should be ready to go Tuesday, or at least available.
Going back to what Billy was saying just about their style and what they do, how much more does that make it important to really be prepared through the neutral zone and really have your coverage going?
Yeah, it is. It was one of our key points tonight. Carlson is, not unlike Morgan Riley has a lot. They have a lot of similar characteristics. Obviously, Carlson's got better numbers right now, but they're still similar players in my estimation. That if your third forward goes diving down, he's jumping around you. So you got to angle him and finish him, which is not always possible. Mm-hmm. They're good players for a reason. So you have to have your 3 back. We can handle a 4-on-3 periodically if our 2 other forwards are coming back. You start getting into those 3-on-2s and 4-on-2s, and you're asking for trouble. So, we have to make sure that we're disciplined with that third guy.
Is there a way to contain a player like Tom Wilson and not let him be effective?
If you're getting it by him before he's getting there on time, yes, then he's in between. He's still going to get his hits. He's still going to get to the net. He's still going to find the puck in the scoring area. Obviously, having a bigger body against him helps in those net front battles. If you get a guy that gets back on the puck quickly on the forecheck and get by him without getting squashed, then that's an advantage there. But he's a good player, and so I don't know that you can ever completely neutralize a guy like that. But that'll be our plan tonight to make sure. And getting a little rub on him on the forecheck helps within the rules of the game.
Krug's move to IR, is that the financial shuffle, or is that an indication that he's going to be down for a while?
I don't know if it's financial. That part I can't answer because I don't know. Is he down for a while? He was skating today, which is good news. I think it's still. Did we need to open we've had so many guys here. Did we need to open a roster spot? That could have been as simple as that because it's retroactive to last Sunday against Philly. I believe he got hurt, so we don't play till Tuesday. He wasn't going to play tonight, so I think he'd still be available. So it might be as simple as that we need the spot. I wish I could answer you better, but...
2 more if there are 2.
What did you think, just in terms of things like Krug does, what Grizz did last night and the way he played?
Excellent. We know Grizz has some of that in him. He's not Torrey yet offensively. Is there a chance down the road he could be? We're all hoping that. He doesn't have his shot yet, but he certainly has the ability to get up the ice and make plays. We've seen that with Grizz. He made a great play to Coyle the other night, a backdoor tap, and that just hopped over Charlie's stick. So that's a Krug-like play. So far in the power play, he's done what he's asked to do, is direct it to those two elbow guys, help on the entries. So to answer your question, I don't know if he'll be but he's bringing some of what Torrey brings for sure right now.
I'm a little out of sync with this question because Bergie's out tonight, but you've talked a lot about having Z in the room and Bergie in the room and their leadership and what that means to the group. What does that do for you as the coach in terms of messaging, in terms of...
You can certainly send it through those players. You want them backing up your message. I do believe we're all on the same page. And I think I've said it since day one. We met halfway. I thought, we wanted a certain style of play to change a little, play with a little more pace, get a little more attack oriented, which also brought some risk. And then we've still kept what we feel is our identity, which is hard to play against and still a solid defensive team. So we kind of meet halfway. If those things start to go sideways, we talk about it. I'll bring my message in the room sometimes, and other times I leave it up to them. It's just one of those feel things. And they've come to me. They also said, listen, we got this today. I think it's our turn, and that works out fine.
Do they teach, per se?
I think it's more about reminding, and I stay out of there when they do that, right? Because now, they need the autonomy to do it. But I've heard, you hear it on the bench. It's literally more reminding habits, details. Less about teaching, more about getting back to playing we call it as simple as, playing the right way.
Right.
And what is the right way? It's getting pucks deep. Like at the end of the second period last night, we have a couple turnovers, a reliable play. Dan Hyman typically wouldn't do that. That's where they step in and say, we got this, those are tough for a coach because you haven't had your best period. You want to get through it. And then you're giving the other team an opportunity to get back the other way. So that's opportunities for them to remind them, okay, we need to have, piece together a couple of good shifts after we get scored on. Little things like that help get you the game going back in your direction. That's where I think they make the biggest impact.
Thanks, guys.